Well, obviously coming off watching the tape from this weekend, there's some really good things on there. You know, the resiliency of really the whole team, both sides of the ball in that second half, executing, getting off the field on defense, holding them to some field goal attempts and things. And so pleased with that. But at the same time, there's a lot to clean up. You never really shooting to come out and get down 31-3. And so there was a lot of examples that we got to improve and go from there. But a couple things really stood out to me was fourth down in general for both sides of the ball. We go 100% on fourth down, and they go over, especially at the end of the game. They're getting the touchdown late for us on fourth down, and then us being able to hold them in overtime on fourth down. So that showed up, and then just really pleased with the effort in the second half from our defense, giving us an opportunity to come back in the thing, give up the early touchdown and go 29 minutes and only give them three points. Really was huge for us. So pleased to see the progression there on that side of the ball. But we got another great opponent coming in here to Reser Stadium on Saturday. Already started the prep for the Trojans. Got a ton of respect for that program. Bunch of talent on the roster, and so it'll be a great challenge for us as we go along. But our guys will be ready. We'll be back to work, and you know, again, this progression of just trying to improve week in and week out, competing on Saturdays and then improving, and that's not changing, and we'll go from there.
So going back to the game on Saturday, with Jake, he was good enough to play in the second half. Why wasn't he good enough to play in the first half? Was it just a preparation thing, or what was just kind of the mindset there, what you were thinking?
Yeah, he was so limited physically through the week of practice, and that we just weren't certain that he would be able to operate ultimately out there. And so felt good with the way Coletto had practiced. Went through this first half, and it got to the point it was like, well, we better try something. Knew he was going to be in a limited fashion out there, and I think that showed up in the second half. But he was able to make throws from the pocket for the most part, which was huge.
How did that discussion go at halftime? Did Jake approach you, or did you?
No, that was it was more as the offensive staff, Brian and myself, really kind of chatting about it and figuring let's try to get a spark here.
And then going forward, is Jake the starter this week if he's healthy?
If he's healthy, but I think he is because he practiced pretty good yesterday. We'll get Connor back hopefully off of the protocol, and so we'll make a final say on that probably toward the end of the week. But obviously he played real well and gets an opportunity if he's good to go on Saturday.
Is Connor still in the concussion protocol?
He is. He was able to do a lot more yesterday, but he couldn't have done live yesterday. But we're anticipating should be good.
Jonathan, you talked about the success you guys have had on fourth down. Do you guys approach that any differently? Is it just, and then as for you, I mean, you've gone quite a bit. Do you just have a lot of confidence in what you guys can do on that down?
You know, we make an emphasis of it. It was like, if we're going to go for this, we've got to have it. We've got to have our highest level execution. Depending on, we've gone for it a lot. Not all of them are just roll the dice like, hey, let's try this. Some of it is like short yardage, we can get it. Some of it we played opponents where we're feeling like we need to be able to score touchdown versus kick field goals. So I like being aggressive in regards to letting our guys feel like we're going after to win the game on fourth down and giving us another chance to score. But we haven't done it all the time.
And then, you guys had so many tough ones. I know you guys so happy with that win on Saturday. Like you just said, hey, there's a lot to correct. How was the team on Sunday? Are you guys able to kind of get back into it? I know coming off a high, that might be kind of difficult there.
Right. I think the vibe's been good each Sunday in regards to getting back to work. Obviously, this was much more upbeat. Guys feeling good about themselves, which I'm glad they experienced it, obviously. These guys have been working so hard. And to come out on the right end was huge for them. So like I've been saying the whole time, I've liked these guys' approach. I liked how they've been working. But winning a game does help over the long haul here.
With Jake, this is the third time now he's been in a meaningful situation, Ohio State, Nevada, this one. Each time he's been pretty effective, more so than the other guys have been. Is there just something out there that's going on offensively, not just with Jake, but the rest of the unit that's making things click when he's out there, or does he just have that it factor? Or?
Well, the first game he plays. We didn't light the scoreboard up. Six snaps or something. The Nevada game, we were able to move the ball a little bit, needing a spark for sure. He gave us that. He just hasn't been able to stay out there. Nevada got hurt. He did play a little bit in the second half of Southern Utah. I mean, the guy's got some talent, and I think most of our team has felt good about whoever's playing quarterback. And then this situation with Jake this last half, he gave us a spark for sure, and we're hopeful he can stay out there health-wise.
The stats kind of back up that Isaiah Hodgins is a better player out there with Jake Luton under center. What did you kind of see from him kind of coming back, getting on the same page with Isaiah? And what does that chemistry look like? Have you seen anything that's that unique on this team?
I think they got some chemistry. I do think we've got some other guys that guys feel confident throwing them the ball too. I think with Hodge is that Jake has given him some opportunities, and some of these balls are like 50-50, like go get it, and he's come down with it. And so that's been nice to have, because the Nevada game, they made some of the similar plays, and so I know those two guys work really hard at it. But I think some of it has been the defenses we're playing. Sometimes it's Bradford a little bit more, and Timmy consistently makes some plays. And another guy stepped up this last game was Champ. Champ had 2 huge catches for us, and so feeling good as a group. The receiver play of making some plays when they can, but also blocking in the run game. We've talked about that and helping out Jamar and AP. So we're pleased with that group.
The defense gave up 536 points, but then the second half just kind of stood firm. Did you see a flip switch? Someone say something, or just?
I think it started with the line of scrimmage. I felt like this game, defensively, the line of scrimmage was equal, if not us moving the pile a little bit. That was huge. The ability to really control the run game in a lot of ways, because some of their most explosive plays was the quarterback scrambling and moving. I think he had 75 yards on 2 carries, and so you look at it that way. That was huge for our defense to be able to gap sound the line of scrimmage in the run game. They threw the ball a little bit, made some plays there, but I've liked the progression in regards to the work ethic. It's getting better, and we got a big-time opponent coming in here on Saturday that we're going to be able to step up to.